The moment Clara Dawson stepped off the dusty Greyhound bus and onto the cracked pavement of Willow Creek, her entire world felt like it was collapsing quietly, painfully, and without warning. Her suitcase rattled behind her, like a reminder of everything she'd lost, everything she'd left behind. The sun glared down, unforgiving and raw, but it still wasn't as harsh as the truth she'd been running from. She had 60 days. 60 days to find a husband in name or lose the only thing that still tied her to her late mother, her childhood ranch. The lawyer's words echoed through her chest like an old wound tearing open again. A single, stable household. Married. Or the land is sold. Clara had never felt more alone. The Cowboy Carter was the kind of man Willow Creek whispered about, quiet, reliable. Heartbreak hidden deep behind warm brown eyes, and a jaw roughened by years of ranch work. He didn't talk much. Didn't need to. His presence alone settled most people. He was sweeping the steps outside Carter's Supply when Clara walked past, looking like a ghost stitched together with determination. He glanced up and froze. Not because she was beautiful, though she was, in a tired sort of way. Not because she was new, though newcomers were rare, but because something in her eyes carried the same kind of fracture he lived with every day. He tipped his hat. "Afternoon, Mom. You look a bit lost." Clara didn't mean to stop. Didn't mean to look at him like he was some kind of anchor in a storm. But something about his voice, low, steady, gentle, made the words spill out faster than she could stop them. "I need a husband," she whispered. Ely choked on absolutely nothing. "I'm sorry." Her cheeks flushed scarlet. "Not like that. I mean just in name. Not in heart. Not in anything. It's complicated." Most men would have laughed, or backed away, or told her she was crazy. Ely just set down the broom. "Well," he said slowly, "complicated something I understand." Her coffee in the tiny diner on Willow Creek's only main road. Clara told him everything about her mother, about the ranch, about the will, about the family member trying to snatch the land out from under her, about how she had no one left. Ely listened without interrupting, not once. When she finally finished, her hands trembled around the mug. "So," she said, forcing a breath, "I'm not asking anything of you. I just need someone willing to sign papers for a few months. Pretend that's it. I can pay. I won't take your money." She stared. "I don't need it," he added. "And I don't believe in pretend marriages." Her heart fell. "Right. I understand." It was just stupid. He reached across the table and placed a fingertip lightly on her hand. Just enough to stop her words. Not enough to make a promise he couldn't keep. "I mean," he said, voice quiet, "if I'm going to put my name next to yours, then you'll have my heart in the deal. That's how I'm built." Her breath staggered. "Ely, I'm not asking for more than I know." His eyes softened. "But you deserve more. And if I'm going to help you, I want it to be real. Even if it starts slow." Clara swallowed hard. No one had ever looked at her like that, steady, sincere, without expecting anything in return. The truth was, it didn't scare her. It made her feel safe. The marriage of necessity. They married at the Willow Creek courthouse 3 days later. No proposal, no flowers, no wedding dress. Just Clara in a pale blue blouse, and Ely in his cleanest shirt and hat, removed out of respect. When the judge said, "You may kiss your bride," Ely had hesitated, giving her a chance to say no. She didn't. The kiss was soft, brief, but warm. A promise rather than a possession. And suddenly, the impossible felt possible. Life on the Dawson ranch. The ranch was in worse shape than Clara remembered. Fences sagged. Roof tiles lay scattered. Weeds choked the front pasture. Ely didn't say a word of complaint. He simply rolled up his sleeves and went to work. Every morning, he fixed something new. Every night, Clara cooked dinner, sometimes burning it, sometimes making something shockingly delicious. Ely ate every bite with the same quiet appreciation. Slowly, gently, the house began to feel like a home again. And Clara, she began to breathe again. The challenge but peace never lasts long. Her uncle, sharp-tongued, greedy, and furious, showed up one afternoon with papers claiming she'd forged the marriage. Said Ely was just a ranch hand she'd bribed. Said she was unfit to manage the family land. Ely stepped between them, jaw tight. "She didn't bribe me," he said. "She married me, and I married her. That ranch is hers fair and square." Her uncle sneered. "You expect anyone to believe this is real?" Ely didn't raise his voice. He didn't throw a punch. He didn't threaten. He simply reached for Clara's hand and laced their fingers together. "This is real enough," he said. And for the first time since her mother passed, Clara felt strong. The turning point, the fight over the will, dragged on for weeks. Stress weighed heavy. Nights were long. The future felt like a tightrope. One evening, Clara broke down on the front porch, tears spilling uncontrollably. "This was supposed to be simple," she sobbed. "Just a name. You didn't sign up for all this." Eli knelt beside her, tilting her chin gently toward him. "I meant what I said the first day," he murmured. "If I'm your husband in name, I'll be one in heart too. And hearts don't run when things get hard." His thumb brushed away her tears. "I'm here, Clara. I'm not leaving." She collapsed into his arms, finally letting herself lean on someone for the first time in years. The final hearing, when they walked into the county office for the last time. They held hands, not for show, not for proof, but because it felt right. The lawyer reviewed the documents, asked questions, studied them with sharp, suspicious eyes. And then, after what felt like hours, he sighed. "The marriage is legal," he said, "and clearly genuine. The ranch remains in Mrs. Clara Carter's possession." Clara's knees buckled. Eli caught her before she could fall. Her uncle stormed out in furious silence. The moment the door closed behind him, Clara turned to Eli, heart pounding. "It's over," she whispered. "We won." He smiled, soft, proud, relieved. "We did." A marriage that became real. They drove home with the windows down, the wind braiding through their fingers as they held hands across the console. That night, under the soft porch light, Clara looked up at Eli with something new in her eyes. Not gratitude, not desperation, not relief. "Love. You said if I had a husband in name," she whispered, stepping closer, "you'd be one in heart too." Eli brushed a strand of hair behind her ear. "Still mean it," he murmured. "Well," she said, voice trembling but steady, "then I think I'm ready to be a wife in heart." His breath caught. The kiss they shared then wasn't soft or cautious. It was real, certain, a beginning rather than a promise. The message: Clara and Eli didn't fall in love because everything was perfect. They fell in love because they chose to show up every day, even when it was hard, even when the future wasn't clear. Sometimes life doesn't give you a fairy tale. Sometimes it gives you a mess, a deadline, a loss, a broken fence, or a terrifying choice. But the right person won't run from your chaos. They'll pick up a hammer, fix the fence, hold your hand in court, make coffee, love you quietly, love you fiercely, love you anyway. Because love isn't magic. It's choosing someone again and again, even when you don't have to.